I'm Alexa, and I'm from Boulder, Colorado, and I did my MBA at the University of Cape Town, although for the last 6 months I've been back in the US because of COVID. While I can't speak to every program, my understanding the leadership work is generally a big part of an MBA program. And so I would recommend anybody do an MBA in and of itself just to learn about yourself. You'll be pressured. I thought I had done a lot of self-work, having lived abroad 8 different times and been put in a different context, but it'll push you. And if you're not willing to kind of dig into your reactions and why and how you interact with different kinds of people in different ways in an intense environment, then you're going to really struggle in the program. And I just think that's an invaluable experience to have that kind of opportunity. So it's actually my 4th time studying in Africa. So I kind of did the tour all around the continent. Obviously, UCT has an amazing reputation, and I was really looking for a really diverse MBA experience. So kind of the furthest I could get from the American MBA. I really wanted the developing world context for business. My background is in environmental and social justice. So kind of looking for the opposite perspective of how to do business, to put it nicely. I know a huge part of an MBA is learning from your peers. There's a ton of group work, and I just really valued the diverse perspective that my classmates have brought, both from all over Africa and also Europe, and there's one more American. So yeah, I think even at the best institutions in the States, you couldn't get such a rich experience. What can Africa teach me? I think in terms of business, there's an entrepreneurial mindset there that I've never seen in the US. Kind of a resourcefulness and just a willingness to try different approaches. And I've really gained that during my MBA program, both personally and then from observing the experiences of my classmates. So the structure of the MBA is really interesting and not what I expected at all. We started, the first quarter was very self-individual focused and leadership focused. So there's kind of a notorious leadership course where you have to write just an absolute beast of a paper. It's like 70 pages with appendices. That's a total self-exploration, starting from your childhood and analyzing how you got to where you are today and why you're doing an MBA. And then from there, hopefully once you really come to understand yourself in a really deep way, you move on to the really intense group work portion, kind of more of the classic finance and accounting work. And then from there, kind of organizational management, theory, and then finally we're getting into the the dissertation focused portion of the course. So the next 3 months will be totally focused on our individual projects. So in terms of safety, I personally didn't have any qualms with coming to Cape Town, although there's been a lot of international press about being a woman Cape Towner in South Africa that I'm sure is justified. It was mainly a concern from friends and family, and I was completely at ease while I was there. Never felt like my life was in danger or even really uncomfortable in any way. I think the truth holds everywhere. You have to know your surroundings and be smart and, don't be drunk on the streets at night and walking around with expensive things or holding out an iPhone or whatever. And the same is true in Cape Town. But probably one of the places that I felt most safe, certainly living in Africa, and also in the US, I felt more in danger in New York than in Cape Town. So it was totally fine. So I've worked in just a really diverse range of industries and projects. I'm relatively early in my professional career, as in like paid work, but done a really diverse range of volunteer programs abroad in the US. Just prior to doing my MBA, as I mentioned, I was working for an international grant-making organization focused on social and environmental justice. And that's definitely going to be the focus of my career, sort of in whatever industry moving forward. Currently, and this may change, looking into innovative finance, and that's what I'm writing my dissertation on. So I'm looking into options for smallholder farming in South Africa. But still, I might take a little time off when I'm done and hopefully be able to travel again and kind of look at my options. Oh, because of the MBA, I think people would most say my confidence has increased a lot. As a result, I mean, an MBA is an incredible accomplishment, especially a year MBA when you look at the workload. The number of things we've been able to accomplish in a short period of time generally, and then also having been online is pretty incredible. So I think the confidence building that has given me has resulted in a pretty major change. And just confidence across a really diverse range of subject areas too, which I think is a huge value of the MBA. I don't know of any other MBA or master's degree program that gives you such exposure to such a wide diversity of subjects. I think intangibly, the benefits that I've gained so far from the program are completely priceless. Obviously, strictly financially, it's about half the price of an MBA in the US, not counting living expenses. So that's huge. But I really don't think you can put a price on having a year-long international experience. I think the kind of personal development that gives you is just unparalleled. And not to mention the connections, the international connections that you gain from being a part of a program like this is just really incredible. I think I have friendships that will last forever or priceless.